Guys, welcome to the another videos on my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to discuss about the bronchial asthma, and before that I would like to say about please see the video till the end and don't forget to press the notification bell icon. So let's move on to the topic. So today I'm going to discuss about the bronchial asthma. Okay, so in our general life, in our general basis life, in our daily life, so respiratory system is playing major role in our daily life. So in the respiratory systems, lungs a vital respiratory organ. Okay, so in our lungs we can see the presence of bronchi, and when the bronchi is separated, means the extending to downwards to the lobules of the lungs. So we can see the appearance of the bronchioles. If we'll particularly see very deeply to the bronchioles, we can see the normal airflow of our daily life. So thereby you can see the normal daily basis normal respirations. But in case of the asthmatic conditions, what has happened? In case of the asthmatic conditions, we can see the impairment of the airflow of the bronchi. So due to the impairment of the bronchioles, we can see the obstructions of the smooth muscles of the bronchioles. Okay, so means the bronchospasm occur, and along with that we can also see the bronchial smooth muscles are also secreting some kinds of mucus, right? So mucus secretions also, we can see the mucus secretions. So thereby you can see the mucosal edema at the bronchial layer. So if the bronchial wall will be edemated, means it will be swelled. Okay, so normal passage airway will be blocked, right? So if it will be blocked, we can see the dyspnea or restlessness, breathlessness, right? So suppose the patient is or the individual is not able to take in breath properly because of the blockage of the or appearance of the swelling at the bronchial wall. Okay, and along with that we can see also the obstructions of the bronchial wall, right? So because of that we can see the dyspnea, means the difficulty in breathing. The person will feel difficulty in breathing. Okay, and restlessness, breathlessness. So these are the symptoms of the asthmatic conditions. And along with that we can see also when the person is respirating, the wheezing sounds is coming. Okay, so not only because of the obstructions or presence or appearance of the mucosal swelling at the bronchial wall, the asthma is happening. So along with that we can see also some kinds of allergic reactions also responsible for the bronchial asthma, and also you can see some mast cells or mediators are responsible for the bronchial asthma. Means the mediators the responsible for the asthma. Suppose the mast cells, those are present in our lungs, okay, like serotonin, histamine, prostaglandins, leukotrienes. Okay, so these are the mediators, those are responsible for the bronchial asthma. And along with that we can see also because of the mediators the secretions of the mucus. Okay, so how we can treat the bronchial asthma conditions? So there are certain drugs, classified drugs. So we can see the classifications of the bronchial asthma. Okay, so first, so we can see starting only I told the bronchospasm occur, right? So for bronchospasm treatment, what are the treatment will be? Like bronchodilators, we have to apply or we have to take the medications of bronchodilators. Okay, so first of all the drugs, classified drugs which is coming, like bronchodilators. Under bronchodilators, sympathomimetics and methylxanthines, okay, anticholinergics. These drugs are come under the bronchodilators. Okay, and and the another drugs, classified drugs of bronchial asthma, like leukotriene receptor antagonist, okay, and like mast cell stabilizers, okay, and glucocorticoids. So I'll tell each and every point and each and every drugs detailsly, so just try to concentrate on the topic and be focused, okay. So bronchodilators, in that I told sympathomimetics, okay. So under sympathomimetics also two types of come, like selective beta 2 antagonist, selective beta 2 and adrenergic drugs, and non-selective. So selective beta 2 adrenergic drugs, under that the drugs those are coming like salbutamol, darbutalin, okay, salmeterol, formoterol, okay, and non-selective sympathomimetic drugs those are coming like adrenaline. It is only adrenaline, okay. So under the beta selective, so if we apply the salbutamol and darbutalin, we can see the rapid action, rapid onset of action, but the action is short duration of time, okay. So this type of salbutamol and darbutalin, this type of drugs we are taking inhalations, through inhalations, okay. And the next is salmeterol, okay. This is, and this type of drugs, it's also having the slow onset of action, but it is stay for a long duration of time, okay. And next the formoterol, okay. So that formoterol is, we are using this type of sympathomimetic bronchodilated drugs in case of the severe, moderate to severe asthmatic conditions, moderate to severe asthmatic conditions, okay. So that is about the beta 2 selective adrenergic drugs. And non-selective adrenaline we are using in case of the severe asthmatic conditions, okay. But it also having the side effects of the cardiogenic side effects, okay. So this type of adrenaline we are using through, we are injecting through adrenaline means subcutaneous route, okay, 0.2 to 0.5 ml in the ratio of 1:1000 ratio, okay. So 1:1000 solution, in that ratio we are using this type of drug, adrenaline drug. And next move on to the methylxanthine. What it is doing, like methylxanthine, after using the methylxanthine drugs, methylxanthine type of drug, we can see, so the drugs those are coming under the methylxanthines, all phylline, you can remember like that also. So theophylline, aminophylline, etophylline, doxophylline, these are type of drug those are comes under the methylxanthines, okay. So after applying this type of drugs, after applying methylxanthine type of drugs, we can see the inhibitions of the phosphodiesterase, okay. So after the inhibitions of the phosphodiesterase, we can see the promoting of the bronchodilations. So the bronchodilations we can see, and we can see also improve mucociliary clearance, means the mucosal edema occur, I told you priorly. So after using this type of methylxanthine drugs, we can see the mucociliary clearance, okay. That is the mechanism of methylxanthines. And next move on to the mast cell stabilizers, not mast cell, anticholinergic drugs. So anticholinergic drugs, we can see after the uses of the anticholinergic drugs, after the uses of the anticholinergic drugs, we can see the blockage of the acetylcholine which is present in our lungs, okay. So after the blockage of the acetylcholine releasement, it is inducing the bronchodilations, mean the person will able to take breath clearly, okay. So that is about the anticholinergic drugs. And next move on to the leukotriene receptor antagonist, okay. So leukotriene receptor antagonist, I told in priorly only. So it is a mediator which is acting as a mast cell releasement, and it is releasing after the stabilizations in the lungs, okay. So when we are using the leukotriene receptor antagonist, okay, it is blocking the leukotriene receptor. So thereby you can see the promoting of the bronchodilations. Okay, and next thing, the mast cell stabilizer. Okay, so these are the type of drugs, mast cell stabilizer. After the giving this type of drugs like sodium sodium chromoglycate and ketotifen. Okay, so this type of drugs, after the giving the mast cell stabilizer, we can see it is inhibiting the releasement of the mast cells from the lungs. Okay, so the mast cells, those are releasing in the lungs and responsible for the bronchial asthma. After giving the mast cell stabilizer, we can see the inhibitions of the mast cell releasement, like we cannot see the releasement of the prostaglandins, leukotrienes, and along with that we can also see the serotonin 5-HT3 receptor, 8-HT3 receptor. Okay, so we can see the inhibition this type of receptors. So thereby we can see the promotement of the bronchodilations. Okay, and next, the glucocorticoids or corticosteroids. So these are the type of drugs like inhaled and systematic, both type of it is there in that glucocorticoids. So after the giving of the corticosteroid, we can see the reducing of the bronchial hyperactivity, and also we can see the mucosal edema which is occur in case of the bronchial asthma. We can also see after giving the corticosteroid the decreasement of the mucosal edema. Okay, and so after the giving this type of drugs, we can see the mucosal edema is reducing and bronchial hyperactivity is reducing. So we can see the suppressment of the result as a result of the corticosteroid. You can see the suppressment of the inflammatory responses. So there is no inflammation and the person will be able to take a breath clearly. Okay, but in case of the systematic, so I told you that in the corticosteroid two type of drugs are coming, like inhaled and systematic. So in case of the inhaled, more than inhaled, the systematic corticosteroid drugs are more having side effects rather than the inhaled corticosteroid drugs. Okay, so inhaled corticosteroid drugs like so inhaled corticosteroids like beclomethasone, budesonide. Okay, so and systematic glucocorticoids like hydrocortisones, okay, prednisolones. So these type of drugs, systematic glucocorticosteroid. Okay, so this type of drugs we are using in case of the acute severe asthmatic conditions or chronic severe asthmatic conditions. We are using this type of drugs, but it's having means the systematic corticosteroids having more side effects rather than the inhaled corticosteroids, like hypertension will become. Okay, water and sodium retention will be occur, and along with it we can also see the osteoporosis. Okay, and these are the side effects or adverse drug effect of the systemic corticosteroids. Okay, so like that only the treatment is there, and that is about the asthmatic conditions, I think, the topic. So I have completed this topic. Okay, if you are not able to understand or if you having any kinds of doubt, so just do comments below the comment box, and if you having any kinds of doubt, so you can ask questions also into the comment box. Okay, so up to that, take care of yourselves. Okay, and please subscribe this channel and press the notification bell icon for getting more uploaded videos. Thank you. Stay safe, stay happy.